day 13, so a little more than halfway through this journey here, and I feel pretty good. My back still bothers me. I'm not fixed, but I think this place has given me a lot of tools that I'm going to be able to continue to use once I'm home, and I'm really thankful for that, and I'm hopeful that it will feel better over time, and maybe I can put all this pain behind me. So today I did I did day 1 of 4 in the gym, and that went really well. What I did today that was different than last week was use the advice of my coordinator to increase the weights that I was using. It was like an arm workout, so like bench presses and one-handed bent over rows, and I can't remember the other ones, but they're mostly like upper body exercises. So instead of picking a weight that I was like confident that I could do 30 times, so like 3 sets of 10, I chose the heaviest weight that I felt like I could do several of, and most of the reps I did probably 5 or 6, and then I took a break and did like 5 or 6, and I think that is really useful. It makes me feel like less bored at the gym, because it's like, well, this is a challenge and it's over soon. So I feel like I can get more done in a shorter amount of time, which is ideal for me, because before, like for the past couple of months when I've been going to the gym, like after work or whatever, I feel like I spend like a lot of time there, and it's okay, like it's fine. For the most part, it's fine. I don't feel like I've got to rush home to do something, but I'm just like, what am I doing here? I'm working, I'm losing weight, I'm getting stronger, but like, am I getting stronger? I'm able to do this more now, but I don't know, I just feel like this is a better recipe for me. So I think I'm gonna stick with this method where I try to do as much as I feel capable of doing several of, instead of like, you have to do 10 or why bother? Because that's been my mindset for months, years, however long I've been going to the gym. It was just sort of in my head, like, you have to do 10 to 12 reps or it's like it doesn't count, but that's just stupid. So there are a lot of things that I'm realizing and recognizing are just behaviors and biases, I guess, that are just in my head that aren't really true. They're not serving me any positive purpose to have this line of thinking. So that's one of them. That's one example of something that I've taken from here that I'm going to be able to continue to do at home, that I think is going to continue to serve me pretty well. Yeah, after lunch, before lunch, we had a class on cognitive behavior therapy number 2. We've got 3 of those, so another one will come later this week, or I think early next week, before we leave. Anyway, and it was all in Norwegian, but I had the PowerPoint in front of me, and I was again feverishly trying to translate words and put them into the context, and maybe I couldn't follow 100% of what he was saying, but I was able to follow the sentiment. So maybe I didn't get every word, but I was like following the gist of what he was saying. It was about how we think about our pain, how we think about it, what our automatic thoughts are, and how that usually doesn't serve us, because our automatic thoughts aren't always true. They're just self-defeating. In my case, where it's like, I have pain in my back, my automatic thought is, this sucks, how am I going to get out of bed? I'm going to have this pain forever, this is affecting me negatively. But instead, to frame it differently, like, okay, it might not be this way every day, and you're otherwise very healthy. So to sort of reframe your issues into a way that isn't like, just think positively, but it's like, maybe it's not so defeating, just like get out of your head about it a little bit and just like think about it for what it actually is. And it's not to compare like, oh, I have it better than this person, or I have it worse than this person, or I'm better today than yesterday, or I'm worse today than yesterday, but to just realize like, you're in the situation that you're in. Sometimes life's not fair, but you can think about things a little bit differently. But yeah, it was useful, like, feedback, because I know I fall into those traps sometimes where it's just like nothing's good because I'm hurting, and I can recognize that that's not ideal. That there are good things. Even though I hurt, I can enjoy things. I can go out and do things, and I don't have to sort of isolate myself and like punish myself for being hurt. So yeah, that was useful. After lunch we did chair yoga, which was fine. It was interesting. There were some pretty good stretches that I got out of that. We did a lot of sitting still and breathing. And yeah, some of the stretches were pretty good for my back. I did not attend the class on Tabata, which I was told by the instructor, because I told him, I was like, hey, I'm interested in this. I want to know about it, but I did training this morning and I don't have it in me to do this right now. And he was like, yeah, perfectly understandable. But it's like our high intensity interval training, but like turned up a little bit. So you do like 20 seconds of exercise as hard as you can, and then 10 seconds of rest, and then 20 seconds of exercise and 10 seconds of rest. So the intervals are smaller, but between the exercises, the break is longer. So you do like 4, calisthenics sort of exercises, jumping jacks, sit-ups, push-ups, etc. You just choose 4 of them and then cycle through them in those time frames. So yeah, okay. Got it. I do think that there's some benefit to that high intensity interval training, and I've actually incorporated that into how I spend time on the treadmill, instead of just being like, well, I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna see how fast or how far I can run, how fast I can run, like how far can I make it? But it's like boring for me because, like I've said in a couple of videos now, I freaking hate running. Like it's not something that I enjoy, but I do like being able to do it. So today I did like 2 minutes of running and 30 seconds of sort of like jumping out and not running on the treadmill. And then I did that for like 15 minutes. And I feel like that was a good warm up. And then I did some stretches for my back and my hips. Took 10 minutes to do those. And then I got into the upper body workout that I did today. And later on after dinner, I'm going to a class on painting. That's just extra, not therapeutic at all. It's just like, hey, let's fill your time with something. You want to paint something? So I signed up for that, and I'm going to paint with at least 2 of the other ladies that are here in my group. And we'll do that at the Snekabua, the little like craft hut that they have here. So that's after dinner. We'll paint something, and yeah, I'll show you when I'm done. Okay guys, so I finished my painting in an hour, and I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Bet you can't guess what it is. It's the Evermore album cover. It's my favorite album by Miss Dr. Taylor Allison Swift.